Hey everyone, welcome back to She Tried It. I already gave y'all a heads up in my last video that today's video would be a baking in my mix video, and that's exactly what we're doing. I'm going to be making a stupidly simple box brownie mix. Walking y'all through the steps of this would actually be an insult to your intelligence. I found this box mix at a grocery store on a recent family vacation to Lake Charles, Louisiana. I'll leave a link to the Swerve website below. They have an awesome feature where you can type in your zip code and see where Swerve products are sold at your local grocery store. I didn't follow the instructions on the box exactly. As y'all know, I'm on Weight Watchers, or WW, so I did replace the oil in the recipe with applesauce. And I think because I made that one simple change, the baking instructions never seem to work for me. It actually takes my brownies about 45 minutes to finish rather than the 23 minutes it suggests on the box. Anyways, enough about these delicious brownies. Let's talk about my recent crochet pattern test that I'm wearing, the Ivy Top by Shannon Creates. As usual, there will be timestamps below, so let's get started. Today's designer is none other than Shannon Eckler. I'm not sure how many of y'all are familiar with her, but I'm sure if you know her, you love her. Shannon is a crochet designer and fiber artist based in upstate New York. If you don't already know my thoughts on New York designers, just stick around, you'll find out. But long story short, I'm a huge fan. Crochet started as a hobby for Shannon, but has now become a passion. She finds inspiration from texture, beautiful fiber, and earth tone colors. Shannon loves to design cool crochet garments that are simple to make, inspired by her own style and are cute and cozy. And trust me, she hits the mark every single time. Also, Shannon has been getting into beanie making on knitting machines. So if you're someone who watches my channel but can't knit or crochet a thing, Shannon is a rare designer that actually sells completed makes. I'll be sure to link her Etsy shop below. Shannon also has a YouTube channel, TikTok, Instagram, Ravelry, and Etsy, and she showcases her designs on all her platforms. Be sure to check out her patterns in the description box below. Like I mentioned before, this make is a pattern test that I did for Shannon. The pattern may not be released at the time of this video, but I promise I'll link the pattern in the description box as soon as it's available. This top is called the Ivy Top, and it's a perfect beginner crochet pattern. I think it's worth noting the way Shannon did her tester call, because it was like anything else I've ever experienced before. She posted a super cute reel of her new design and simply said, "If anyone's interested in testing the pattern, please let me know." From that point, she DM'd everyone that said that they were interested and gave us a few more details. A few people dropped out because they couldn't meet the deadline, but for the most part, everyone was still interested. Shannon emailed everyone the pattern in the next few days, and that was it. Now y'all know I don't always love the testing process. If you're unfamiliar, check out my video about crochet and pattern testing cons. But I have to admit that I absolutely love how this testing process went with Shannon. I'm not sure if this is how she always does things, but I'm a fan. Like I said, this pattern is perfect for any beginner. It has some parts that you'll definitely get the opportunity to learn something new. But for the most part, there's nothing in this pattern that's too advanced. If you're someone who's been looking for a quick, emphasis on quick, summer pattern to complete, this is the one. Everyone was amazed at how fast we completed this pattern test. This pattern used a moderate size hook and worsted weight yarn, so it takes about as long as you would expect. Since I'm someone who gravitates toward crochet projects using thin yarn, this project was such a nice break. But trust me, a crochet project with crochet thread is coming very soon. I decided to go back to one of my first loves for this pattern. For those of you that have been around for a while, y'all know that the first pattern I ever followed was the Crochet Ruana by Knot Yourself Out, and I used Lion Brand's Heartland yarn in the color Great Sand Dunes. Ever since that make, I've been dying for a chance to use Heartland yarn again, and this pattern test seemed like the perfect opportunity. I didn't want to use a plain solid color because I could clearly see from Shannon's final make that this top really shines with the yarn that has a bit of variation in the color. Now, finding all the great colors Heartland has to offer can sometimes be a bit tricky, but when I knew I wanted to use Heartland, I headed straight to the We Crochet website. Thank you again to We Crochet for sponsoring today's video. In my opinion, this yarn is such a classic go-to worsted weight yarn. I knew I wanted to make my Ivy top in yellow, so that's why I chose Canyonlands. It's yellow with a little bit of oomph. For those not familiar, Heartland is a 100% worsted weight acrylic yarn. It's also machine washable and dryable. It also comes with 200 yards for every 113 gram skein. If you've never completed a make with this yarn, I highly suggest testing it out. That's all I have for today. Today's video is about as quick as this crochet make and this brownie recipe. For those of you that are curious, my brownies turned out perfectly, and they served me well as my dessert for the week. Thank you so much again to We Crochet for sponsoring this video, and thank you to Shannon for allowing me to test your gorgeous design. I'm not sure if I announced it, but I do this for most, if not all, of my pattern tests. I'll be sure to link the other completed makes by the other testers so that you can get some ideas on how you can complete this pattern for yourself. Believe it or not, I have another pattern test coming in the next video, but I don't want to give too much away, so until next time, see you in my next video. Bye!